Hey guys, I recently put out a poll on my community tab asking if you guys would be interested in seeing the non-clothing items that I got from garage sales, and over a 3-day time span, 9 of you answered and all said you wanted to see it. And I love you guys so much that those 9 of you who answered my poll and said you'd like to see it, I'm showing it to you. So thank you so much for participating in that. If you are one of the people who did, I'd love to know down in the comments if you're one of the people who voted. But if you have not seen my garage sale finds that are all my clothes, I will go ahead and link that video up here for you. I'm actually wearing one of my shirts right now that I got during garage sailing, and so I don't know, I figured I might as well wear something from garage sales while I show you other stuff that I got from garage sales. And so I'm really excited to just be able to show you something that isn't clothing for a change, because although that's what I get the most excited about, sometimes you want to see something different, and there's other things I get excited about as well. So let's just go ahead and get into this. Now I'm going to show you some things. Some of these things are going to be used as gifts. I'm going to mention that. Maybe give you some gift ideas, because whether you like it or not, I love it. The holidays are going to be quickly approaching. I mean, we are heading into fall, and once fall starts, it kind of seems like everything, you know, like zooms through to Christmas. And so it's not too early to be thinking of different things that you can do as Christmas gifts. And so hopefully this will be helpful to you in that way as well, not just showing you my fun finds. But so let's go ahead and I will start showing you. So the first thing I want to show you is something that last year when I went to the thrift store that I always like to go to when we're at our church camp, I got myself a really pretty glass platter, and it was from Neiman Marcus. It had reindeer around it, and I used that so much last year around the holidays, taking different baked goods to people's houses for different parties. I felt like a real adult. Like, it made me realize, like, why have I never gotten myself something like that? It's such a simple thing, and you can find it for so inexpensive. I think I paid $1.50 for that one last year, and it brought me so much joy to be able to take my baked goods over on this beautiful platter instead of just some ugly plate that I had or something. And so I knew that I wanted to look for another one of those types of platters this year, and man, I hit the jackpot. And so let's go ahead and talk about this first. So first off, I have this one. Now I know it is going to be hard to see what's on these. I don't know if you'll be able to at all, but there is a Christmas tree here, and there's little toys. There's like a teddy bear and a doll and presents, and there's candles all over the tree. And this is just a perfect example. Maybe you'll be able to see it better if I turn it this way, or not, you know, I don't know. But I don't know the best way to be able to show it to you. You'll just have to take my word for it. It's very pretty, and this is a perfect example of something that you can do as a gift. This one, I already know where this is going, if I don't break it first off one of my rings, because I have someone who consistently is very kind and generous to myself and my family and makes us feel very welcomed. And so I know that this is something that I want to send over some delicious baked goods to their family and tell them, and the platter is yours to keep as a gift, because I want other people to be able to have fun things like this. And I'm guessing this person maybe doesn't have these types of things. And so I think she is going to absolutely love this. And yeah, so that is a great idea that you can pick these up very inexpensively. This one was $1 at a garage sale that I went to. And so I got this for $1, and I'm going to make whatever the cost of the baked goods is that I do on it, whatever. And that is a beautiful gift that doesn't cost me a lot of money, but is heartwarming to someone. It's feeding their family and also giving them something that they can keep and do the same, you know, take around to places to share with other people, because this person also is an incredible baker. And so I know it will be put to good use. So there is an idea for you for a Christmas gift that you can do that's very inexpensive. So if you are out and you see garage sales, check for things like this, because that is such a great way to be able to give a sweet, thoughtful gift that doesn't cost a lot of money. In saying that, I also got this one, which cost me $2. And I don't know if you can see, but it's got trees, and there's a sleigh with 2 people, a man and a woman in it, being pulled by a horse, and there's snowflakes all around. This one I actually am going to be keeping for myself to be able to use throughout winter, because I go a lot of places, not just Christmas. During like the winter season, we seem to have a lot of get-togethers, even if it's just with family, where and I have kind of unofficially become the baker or like the dessert maker for the family. I guess I must be doing a pretty good job, so that makes me feel pretty good, and I love to do it. So this is something that I can take around to different family get-togethers and stuff with yummy treats on it, and it's just pretty and fun, and this is just for winter, not, you know, just for Christmas. So $2 for this one. Now, that will mean I have two very pretty Christmas or like winter type of platters, but I was like, well, I really want some for just any time of the year because it's not the only time that I bake and take things, or send things with my husband to work for people in his office and things like that. And so I was like, I would like some of these pretty kinds of dishes that are not, you know, Christmas or winter, not themed, I guess. And so I found this set at a garage sale. The set was $4, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. Actually, this garage sale in particular, things were very highly priced. It was the only one that we went to that was like that. So I thought I was surprised to find this set for $4 because they had puzzles for like $4 and $5. So I was like, what? But something I did notice when I was washing this one is that this must have been a set that had like a stand where this sat up on top, because there is a hole in the middle of it. So I was kind of disappointed about that, but at the same time, a lot of like the baked goods and things I do are breads and things like that, and so it won't matter. But still, it was just kind of a weird discovery. But so it's just a very simple, not simple, it's actually a very beautiful crystal pattern, and I've seen it, similar things. I know I've seen like my husband's grandma had things that looked like this, and so there are the two sizes here, the smaller one and the bigger one. So I will have these to be able to take any time of the year and take yummy treats over to share with people. We'll go ahead and keep in a little Christmassy or winter theme here. I actually got, like, I needed another mug. Like, I know there's a lot of people like me. If you're a crazy mug collector, like if you're someone who has way too many mugs for the amount of people in your house, let me know that down in the comments. I want to know I'm not alone. But I found two of these actually. These are the cutest little snowman mugs, if you can see there. On the handle are little snowflakes all the way around, which is super cute. And so there's the snowman, and he's got a broom. There are snowflakes all around, and snowflakes all over the back. And we have an espresso machine, and my husband likes to make like fancy coffees for us and stuff. And there's just something about having a clear mug to see the layers, like when you're making like lattes and macchiatos and things like that. And so these are like the perfect kind of fun wintry mugs, and I like it. It's not just Christmas, it can be for all winter, which I keep my winter stuff out until the beginning of March, so it gets used well. But so that we can have our fancy little coffees during the winter in these cute little mugs. And so now I just have to find a place to put them. And something awesome about these mugs, they were 10 cents each, so I paid 20 cents for these mugs. I mean, can you see why I couldn't pass them up? Come on, how do you pass that up? Now this next thing just made me smile. This was the only thing I bought at this particular place that we went to, garage sale. And it is just this little, it could be a candle holder, it could be a little trinket dish, whatever. It has an adorable little snowman couple on it and these frosted trees all around it. And it is just a very simple little dish. Nothing super exciting, but nice, heavy, really pretty crystal. The reason I fell in love with this, and it was only 75 cents, was because it made me think of my husband's grandma. She always had a little dish, and he said she had this when he and his siblings were little. And she always had just a little like glass dish filled with M&Ms. And for some reason, the kids, I remember my kids loving going to great grandma's and her having M&Ms. And so it's just such a simple thing, but it makes me smile. And those are the kind of things that create memories. And so when I think ahead to, you know, futures with my family and my boys growing up and them starting their own families, I want to be able to have stuff like that my grandkids, you know, think back on. And so I think of his grandma. She was such a sweetheart. She was the ultimate, like, shower of just love. And a big way she did that was with food. Like, you would go to her house for dinner. She would have 2 kinds of meat, a salad, bread, at least 2 different types of vegetables, potatoes, and she'd always get out pickles and all this stuff. I mean, she was like the ultimate like dinner like provider. Like that was what she loved to do, and she loved to have special little things that made the kids feel special. And so I think those are such beautiful memories about people, and when I think about her in that way, it makes me smile. And I hope that someday my grandkids and hopefully great grandkids will smile thinking about me, you know, doing similar things. So that was why I could not resist this. We'll switch gears a little bit to two completely different types of things, but these are things that I saw and was like, Christmas gift ideas. And so the first one is this candle holder from Bath & Body Works. And it is just, it's just like brushed silver, and it's got little rhinestones and the flowers. It's got glitter on the leaves, and it's so cute. Can go with so many different people's decor. And it still has the price tag on the bottom. It's brand new. I did pay $2 for this, but I knew right when I saw it, I give a lot of Bath & Body Works candles as Christmas gifts because I love them, and I know a lot of other people love them too. And I was like, how great would it be to be able to add this, like to put the candle I'm giving inside of this and wrap it in pretty, you know, with cellophane and a pretty ribbon. And that would just totally elevate the gift. And I kind of think I already know who I'm giving this to as well. And so I'm like, it's brand new, never been used. And so I thought this would be an absolutely perfect addition to a Christmas gift. See, keep that stuff in mind, because man, can you find great stuff for so inexpensive. And it's the thought. Most of us have a lot of people that we buy for, or a lot of us do. And I know I would love, giving gifts is my love language. Giving gifts and receiving gifts is my love language. And so if I could give gifts to everyone, I would. And I would love to be an extravagant gift giver. That is like, it just makes my heart so happy. And so if I am able to find things for inexpensive that I can bless other people with, for inexpensive, if I can find things inexpensively to be able to bless other people with, that's such a blessing to me, because I don't have a lot of money to be able to just lavishly, you know, give gifts to people. But I try so hard to be so thoughtful in my gift giving. And so this is just such a great way to be able to give more like what I want to be able to give. In keeping with that, there is this kids marketplace that they do every year at camp, where the kids make things or some adults make things and they sell them at this marketplace, and then all of the money goes to a charity. And there was a table this year that the people were doing these mug gardens with like succulents in these mugs, and we're like, that is such a cute idea. So my friend Renee and I, who were out garage selling together, thought, what a great thing to do, to be looking for cool like mugs or things like that that you can create those in to be able to give as gifts. So I actually found, this is not a mug, but this is what my thought was. So I found this little ceramic watering can with this little bird and flowers on it that I think is so adorable. It is just so pretty. And I know exactly who is getting this for Christmas, with a beautiful little plant in it. And I know that she is going to absolutely love it. And that's the thing too. When you know, I am a gift giver, I very much think personally about each person I'm giving gifts to. So that makes it easier for me too when I'm out places and I see something that kind of reminds me of somebody, that I'm like, ooh, this would be perfect for so-and-so. And so then I pick it up, because it's the perfect way to have something personal for them. And it's something unique and different most of the time. My sister, I actually have a few friends, and like my sisters and stuff are like, you are the best gift giver. And it's just because I love it so much. Like, it is such a joy for me. And so I am extremely thoughtful in that. And so I see things and I'm like, oh, that looks like this person. I know this person would love this. And that is what I, you know, gravitate toward. And so this I paid $1 for, and it is going to be so cute with a little plant in it. And I know this person is going to absolutely love it. And another thing that I think is great for this type of thing, like the little mug garden kind of things, if you know somebody who lives like in an apartment or has like a smaller living space, or maybe it's somebody elderly in your family who lives in, you know, an assisted living home or something like that, where they don't have a lot of personal space, but you want to be able to make their space feel personal to them, something like this would be absolutely perfect, because it's something that they can look at and find enjoyment from, but it's not taking up a ton of space. It doesn't require a lot of care and that kind of thing. You could even do like an air plant in something like this, so that it requires very, very little care. And it's just something special that they will be able to look at and get enjoyment from and think of you. And so I just think this is going to be so perfect. I'm now down to the last 3 things, and these are my absolute favorite things that I found while out garage sailing. This one, I saw it and I nabbed it in a heartbeat. I was like, oh my gosh, it has me written all over it. And so it is this beautiful dish, and it has pine cones and pine sprigs all over it. It's shaped kind of like a leaf. Hopefully you can see there, the pine cones and that kind of thing. On my arm here, you'll see my tattoo has a pine cone and pine sprigs. That represents my dad, because this tattoo is a family tattoo for my mom, dad, and sisters and I that has all our favorite flowers, but the pine is for my dad. And I love all things pine trees. I have 3 pine trees right here that represent my sisters and I. Like, I love anything pine tree, pine cone. I don't know what it is. It's just, well, probably because winter is my favorite season. Well, maybe fall. But I really love winter too, because I really love snow. But anyway, it's just always been everywhere we lived, everywhere we've had things throughout our lives. There've been big pine trees around us and things like that. Up north, we had a business up there, and I lived up there till I was 6, and we had a cottage up there. And so there's just something about pines and pine trees and stuff. It's very comforting to me, and it's just, it makes me happy. And so when I saw this, I was like, I need to have that. And this was 50 cents. I could not believe the person sold this to me for 50 cents. I was like, are you sure? Okay, thanks. Now this thing is from the same garage sale as that last beautiful pine dish that I just showed you. And I actually, when we had first walked up, the man was bringing a bunch of extra things out, and his wife was standing in the garage, and they were an older couple. And I had seen this particular thing, and I was like, because some things were marked and some things weren't. And so I said, how much is this? Well, he kind of lifted it up a little bit to her and said, how much? And she said 50 cents. I was like, sold. So like, we were making a pile, my friend and I, of like our things, whatever. And when I got up to pay, as we were going through, her husband said, how much did you want for this? And she goes, I said 50 cents. I didn't see what it was. And so I already knew I was getting a heck of a deal, but I could not believe it. But this lady was so nice, and I did buy a lot from there. So it made me feel not so bad. I bought like some items that were like $5. So remember when I was talking about like feeling like an actual adult and how good it feels to be able to take things places in a pretty dish? Well, this also applies to that, because I do not own any types of casserole dish type things to take those types of foods anywhere that look nice. And so when I saw this, I was like, are you kidding me? And then for 50 cents, it is this Temptations casserole dish with the lid that snaps on. What the inside looks like. So this is the pattern on it. It's got these beautiful flowers. I love the green. If I've learned nothing else from filming this video, it's not to film when you're trying to show things in cinematic. But I was just trying it out, and now I know. But this is so pretty and going to be so nice to be able to take stuff places again. And we spend a lot of time at my mom and dad's in the fall. We do football Sundays over there pretty much every Sunday. And so I'm always taking different things over there. And also this year, they're not going away, which I'm so excited about. I don't think my mom is as excited, but they're not going to Florida or Arizona or something this year. They're staying home for the winter. And so I know we're going to spend a lot more time over there. And so I'm so excited to be able to have like dishes and stuff to be able to make things and take over there or wherever else we might go throughout. Well, I mean, this can go any time of year, but I was so excited about it. And for 50 cents, like, come on, like, is that not a crazy deal? Like, ah! And then the very last thing is my very favorite thing that I found. And this man, it was just an elderly man. We actually went to his garage sale 2 days in a row. And I had seen actually one of those Christmas platters that I got, the one with the Christmas trees on it. That was from his. And then I got a ton of clothes from there, like J. Crew and stuff like that for 50 cents each. It was just incredible. He was such a sweetheart. And so then I had seen this particular item. Actually, I got the little ceramic watering can from there too. But I had seen this item the first day we went, and I didn't get it because I thought, where am I going to put that? Whatever. I am not kidding. That night, I was laying in bed thinking about it, and I was like, I should have gotten that. Why didn't I get it? So the next day when my friend and I went out to go to more garage sales, she was like, do you want to stop by there again? And I was like, yeah. And I was so thankful to find that it was still there. And so it is this gorgeous, and I think before I even show it to you, I think something that makes it even more special to me is I remember we went to this particular house last year, and I remembered that someone there was very ill, and I didn't really know what the story was, what the situation was. I just sort of heard in passing, and my friend was kind of like, I think someone here is not doing well. And so I kind of had forgotten about that. And when we went back there this year, I was like, oh, I remember being here. And then it was just this man. And we started seeing some different breast cancer kind of things and stuff, like t-shirts that had it on it and stuff like that. And so then when we had left that first day, my friend and I were talking and saying, I think his wife passed away. Like, she must have been the one who was so ill last year when we were there, and she has since passed away. And so I was just thinking of what that must be like for him. It's this big, beautiful house, and he's all alone, and he's got all of her things, and he's selling them. And I really wanted to make sure that he knew that these things were going to be treasured, because this thing in particular, because I just think that's so important. When someone you loved something, when it's their things and you're letting them go, you would hope that they go to somebody who's going to enjoy them like the person you loved did. And so that was a big part of with this. I was so thankful to see it was still there. And so let me show it to you. So it is this beautiful dish. I hope that you can see the lily of the valley that is on there. And I think it used to be silver, because I can see written on it that it says sterling. And I think it, like oxidized, like turned black over the years, but I think that's beautiful. And it's got this cute little top here. So it is a dish, that's the lid. And then you have this part down here that's all lined with the silver as well. And it's got sections in it. And in talking about my tattoo earlier, you will see that up here at the top is Lily of the Valley, because that is my favorite flower. And so when I saw this, I just had a connection to it anyway. And then the fact that I laid in bed that night in our trailer at camp, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I was like, why did I not get that? Why didn't I get that? And I think I was thinking to myself, where am I going to put it? What am I going to do with it? Do I really need that? There was just something about it that connected to me. And you don't really see a lot of things with Lily of the Valley on them anyway. And so it was just special to me. So I was so excited to be able to go back and get this. And actually where it lives now, I took the stuff out of it to be able to show you, but is on my dresser in my bedroom. And I put special little jewelry. I put my wedding ring, my rings sit in it when I'm not wearing them, and things like that, are special to me. And so it sits out and looks beautiful on my dresser. And I like to think that that man would be very happy to see that I am getting so much enjoyment from it. And he was just the sweetest. When we went back that second day, he said, oh, you're back. And he said, I don't have anything new. And we're like, that's okay. And we both ended up leaving with a ton of stuff the second day. And, but this was my most treasured find of this whole trip. And, like I said, that it was his wife's, and that it had to be hard to let her things go. And so, it just it holds a special place to me, because it's just special. And so even though I didn't know her, I don't know him, it doesn't matter, because it was a life, and I get to share a part of something that that person loved. And so I just think that's something very special. And so I think that's also something too that maybe has kept me a little bit from garage sailing, is the idea of going through people's things when they're right there. Like, for some reason, that's very uncomfortable to me. And maybe it shouldn't be, but I think because I do think about things like that, like, you know, well, this person at some point, this was something important to them, that's why they have it. Or it was something that was given to them and whatever. And they're probably like, I need to let go of this. But then I started thinking about, I'm like, but I have so many things in my life that I've gotten over the years from different things. And that I'm like, okay, I loved this for a while, but I'm ready to let it go and let somebody else love it. And so I had to put myself in that mindset as we were going to the garage sales. Like, people have this stuff for sale because they want to pass it on. So it's okay. Like, I don't have to feel like I'm intruding on someone's stuff, you know? I'm just such a thrift store person, and I've never been a garage sale person. And so this has really opened up a new world to me. And I feel like I've found some really special things. And if I had found this Lily of the Valley beautiful crystal dish in a thrift store, I maybe wouldn't have picked it up. I might have still, I'm not sure. I'm thinking no, since I didn't initially. But a lot of the part that made me want it was because just that man was so sweet and so kind, and knowing that the story of what, even though I don't know the details of it, but knowing from the year before that someone there had been ill, and now it was like he was alone. It was pretty obvious what the situation was. And so it just touched me in a different way and made it more special to me. It made the piece special to me. And so, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what I got. And I thank you so much for watching this. For those of you, again, who said you would like to see it, I hope that you enjoyed seeing it. Let me know if you enjoyed it. And if you're interested in seeing these types of things, I don't really show if I get like home good type things and stuff from thrift stores. I basically just focus on clothes. But if you are interested in seeing both things, then I would be happy to do that. And yeah, and definitely, I hope that you enjoyed hearing these tips about some ideas for things that you can do for Christmas gifts that are so inexpensive. So definitely check out garage sales. You can find some really good things. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you again very soon. Bye.